Hi, on today's NSFW show, it's me and Brian. We're gonna horse off with each other. Not in the way you're thinking, in the way without actual horses. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff, and also we're gonna drink some beer and name it. It's all coming up on this edition of NSFW show.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is NSFW, episode 147, recorded on October 2nd, 2012. Bad news, bro.
This episode is brought to you by the new Squarespace. Squarespace introduces a new content management system, making it faster and easier to create a high-quality website, blog, or online portfolio. Plus, more than 50 new features, including mobile responsive designs. For a free trial and 10% off your first purchase, go to squarespace.com and use offer code NSFW10. And MailRoute. MailRoute is email filtering in the cloud for companies of any size. If you're tired of little or no support from your email filtering service, then MailRoute is the answer. For 10% off the life of your account, visit mailroute.net, click the sign up button, and enter the promo code NSFW. Get maximum no spam in your life.
That's right, folks. The new show full of win. The new sauce for the Webernets. That show, you know, the one that's nominally safe for work. Howdy, folks. I'm Brian Brushwood, joined as always in studio over in beautiful Petaluma by Justin Robert Rubles III. What is going on, Professor J.R.Y.?
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have a show for you today? We've tightened the screws on this one. We've checked the Fram filter. And we are ready to barrel through with the comedy.
Did you say you checked the Fram filter?
Yeah, the Fram air filter. Look it up.
Fram filter. All right, gotcha.
Go ahead, Google that one. You're going to find quality air filters for a modest price.
Good old Fram filters. So, hey, man, look, this is a weird episode of NSFW.
This is not sponsored by Fram filters, I want to point out. It's not. You might think it is because we product placement it in a place more prominent than our two sponsors tonight, but it's not sponsored by Fram air filters available at all auto nations.
Hey, man, so usually we have like a overly wrought, kind of hyperkinetic game within a game, overly complicated setup. And then a guest who doesn't know what's going on and gets weirdly confused. And we've done that a lot lately, and it's been a lot of fun. So naturally, we decided to change things up and do the exact opposite. We're going to do what we like to call Bri Bri and the Jurbs between the sheets, which means we have gay sex.
Yes, well, we're going to have anal penetration on the show today, which is a hot new rap group out of St. Louis. No, all right, so basically, like what Bri said, listen, we've had a string of high production episodes. We had a party, we released a book, And this is all while like we were on the road and Brian was in Indonesia and we did a Dragon Con episode. Well, the bill came due, audience, and we're not doing crap on this.
Now we've got a raging phoner, which means we're going to phone this one in.
Pick up the phone, Bri. I'm calling you.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Let's not care about this episode.
No, that's not how it's going to be, because these are the ones where genius strikes. Because first of all, we have mysteries abound. We got a mysterious special guest who drove an hour and a half up. Yep. I assume you invited him, right?
Well, yeah, we were talking because we'll get into why he's here, but there was an element of the show helped him, and he wanted to give his thanks. And so
that's good.
His
also,
thanks is being given.
We've got the mystery of the giant black boxes with my name on it and your name on one. It was very peculiar, the mystery of the black box.
Now, when did they show up? And these are not black boxes as in a plane did not crash near your house and you obstructed justice by going in and getting the black boxes and writing our name on it in a glitter pen so you can have a bit.
Nor is it any kind of pornographic interpretation that I'm sure someone out there is assuming we're going to make.
Wow, I didn't even go there with that, but that's hilarious.
That's right. See,
what's in the black box? Two hands and somebody lost a ring.
There's also an applicator tip. But the important thing...
All right, we're opening this one up to the chat room. What's in the black box?
Man, maybe we saw people are, let's see, I see fist in there.
That's easy. That's easy. What would be loose detritus found in the black box?
I see just the tip. I see clam chowder. I see shame and anger. I rather like that
Why
one.
would that be there? Shame and anger.
Because it's a very naughty thing. And
what's in the box? Another box. Infinite black boxes. Inception box.
So,
it's a Russian nesting box.
Somebody actually, to explain his
black Russian.
To explain his joke, somebody actually linked us to a Wikipedia article explaining what black box freaking is.
Oh.
Says it out loud. All right, look. What else do we got? We got two sponsors. This is like a big day for us, man.
Yeah, man. But you want to know, this is the hallmark of the Between the Sheets episodes, which is, by the way, like, as much as we've have a reputation for all these crazy plans and stuff like that we do, some of our most famous or most remembered, rather, not famous, but like most remembered bits.
They're so famous, they're infamous.
Yeah, like they've come from Between the Sheets episodes, including, I believe, the one that inspired the shirt that somebody sent me.
And I believe that was an after show bit. You started because you definitely dropped a lot of F-bombs, which means I highly...
We didn't, yes.
Yeah.
We did, all right. That may have, but I think that was also but that was our Christmas episode, right?
Oh, that's right. You were sick.
I was sick. Oh, no. That was after. That was our first show of the new year.
Yes.
We were sick because it was after the thing that we did that we're not going to talk about because it's going to be on the new comedy album.
Yes. Which part of me wondered if we were going to end up talking about it tonight. But instead, okay, so last week we did the Irma Gerd experiment. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we, first of all, I love what they've come up with for the face. Have you seen the face of Irma Gerd?
Yeah, but let's take a look at it for all the video viewers. If you're an audio viewer, this is a segment I like to call Pound Sand, idiots.
There we go. This is a photo of Irma Gerd, and apparently it's actually sourced and says that it's allowed Creative Commons. You're allowed to use it or whatever. It just looks right. 500 followers in a week. I think I'm good at this thing. Have you retweeted Irma Gerd yet?
I believe I retweeted or if I didn't, I wanted to retweet the Twitter one with Jesus.
The Twitter one with Jesus? What one's
that? If Jesus were on Twitter, he'd have only 12 followers, which I thought was particularly clever from old Irma.
It is good. Well, this is going to be a slow build. We want to see her clout and credibility grow over time, and I love that everybody brought it all together there.
I want to do a little experiment here in the chat room because we are still, even in a show that has very little structure, an interactive piece of entertainment. I just want to say, folks, 1 or 0 on the Irma Gerd picture. Is she a do it or do not? There is no try.
Yeah, do you mean
would you bang the Irma Gerd picture?
Oh, dude, yeah, 1. Are you kidding? Look at our crowd. Yeah.
Don't take anything. I love them.
That's amazing.
You know, that was a thing. A friend of mine was living with people that were going to Georgia Tech, and apparently it's such a male-heavy campus that they were like, listen, we don't have a 1 through 10 scale here at Georgia Tech. It's binary. It's ones and zeros. Either she's a 1 or she's a 0.
Yeah, that's exactly our bit. So, you want to see what's in the box?
Okay, well, let me get a little background on this. When did this show up?
Today.
Did you know it was going to show up?
No. Bonnie walks in, and she's just like, you got these boxes out in front. And I'm thinking, like...
Can you please do a better impression of Bonnie?
You got these boxes out front, Brian!
That's good. That was good. All right, continue with the story.
And I bought some glasses on
Was
ZeniMax.
there a truck driving by when that happened? Can you make a sound of the truck?
Brrr.
Now add Bonnie and cue Bonnie.
I did, but you talked over it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was unprofessional of me and this network.
I know.
That's on me.
So send all your complaints to Leo Laporte.
Don't do that. No. Hold on. Black Panda didn't know who you were doing an impression of and requests that you say the name of the character at the end of the impression.
We're from the top. So I'm sitting there and a truck drives by. Brrr, and then I hear, what are all these boxes doing out in front? I'm Bonnie Brushwood. I don't have time to look at boxes. Bonnie Brushwood.
And then what did you do?
I said, I don't know. Are they about eyeglasses size?
Do a better impression of you.
Look at me. I'm Brian Brushwood. So important. I do magic, bizarre magic on tours. Something my Twitter handle, Schwood. What was the question?
I love how your impression is Scott Johnson's impression of you.
You work with what you know. That's like you ever notice, like, when anyone on the street could do an impression of someone, they can't really do an impression of that person. All they could do is copy what they saw an impressionist do of that person. Like, no one had a George Bush impression until Dana Carvey went on. Yeah, sure.
No, absolutely. That is 150% true. All right. So you walk down and you're like, are they glasses sized? Is it because you were looking for glasses?
No, it was because I ordered glasses recently. I bought a bunch of goofy frames from ZeniMax. This is not one of them. These are the same pair I've been wearing forever.
Gotcha. Are the pairs that you bought from ZeniMax in different words? Like, do they say "cool guy"?
Yeah, it says YOLO, and I see.
Are you getting a jump on 2013 glasses for New Year's?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. But the 13 forms a B, which continues to say Brian Brushwood. And so it's really lopsided, just sort of hangs out to the side one way like that.
It's 2013 BC and then colon, Brian's in charge.
Yes. And I use it to, like, instigate fights by turning my head too quickly in the back of the head.
Also, they're not allowed on planes. You have to check them. So you're looking for glasses, and you say, Bonnie, where are the glasses? And then Bonnie says what?
Well, she says, why are you hitting me? I'm pregnant with our 3rd child. And I say, I'm sorry. Sometimes I think you're just a Robert Young. And then she goes and brings these things in. And it's got one for me and one for you. So what's your guess right now? You
Okay, all right. Well, here's. Can I ask what city they're from?
New York, New York.
And that's in Maine?
Yes,
If
New
I'm
York,
correct?
New York, Maine. Which, by the
Maine.
way, that would be the best troll ever if some city renamed itself to New York, comma, Maine.
But it was actually in Kansas. It was like Maine tried to pull it first. And they were just like, guess what? Like, Paw Fartsville is now New York, New York. And it's Maine. So New York, Maine. And then Kansas is like, whoa, bro, two can play at that game because allow me to introduce you to New York, Maine, Kansas.
And it becomes like this. Well, I'll tell you what, it would be Kansas, right? Because wasn't it Topeka that named themselves Google in a shameless bid to get the Google fiber?
Didn't they get it, or did Kansas City get it?
No. Kansas City, Missouri did. So in your face. We should also talk about the My Little Pony convention that I performed at.
Did you
week.
do that? You already did that?
Yeah.
Did Finley come out?
They posted it, and like the bronies all loved it, except for one brony was very vocal and asked holy. He was the ask holy brony.
Like during the show or online?
No. This is like because the live stream, they cut up the live stream. Like a bunch of our team came and hung out. I know Vincent 404 was there live tweeting the event and everything. And he said that everybody loved it. But then they posted it on YouTube at Canterlot Gardens. If you look that up, you can type in Brian Brushwood Canterlot Gardens. It was a really good show, right? And then somebody busted out just trolling me, saying like, your act's so unoriginal. And it's like, you can ding me on a lot of things. You can ding me on being unprofessional. You could ding me for maybe not having much magic talent because half my show is just me actually shoving fire and nails in my eyes and face or whatever. But I really don't see how you could ding me on originality. And so I'm like, hey man, wow, it's not often that I get that. You'll notice that these routines are all because as I am wont to do, I always
which is what I wanted to just point out for everybody that Brian is far above having to talk to this one particular troll, but yet it gnaws at you in a very visceral kind of way that you feel that you need to interact with them.
Well, or at least try. Like, I'm going to give them a chance, So it's like the idea is, and the only reason is because there are people who have this visceral reaction and they just hate me and my stupid hair and their stupid act until I respond to them and considerately listen to what they have to say. And then something about that same momentum that was going in the hate direction is now full bore. Like, Brian Brushwood is a really cool guy. He actually talks to everyone.
And I'd like to kiss him on his cheeks. Like not the lips, but the cheeks. And then I would just lick it a little bit, like a tiny stamp. Like, I would lick his cheeks like that.
Chad in the chat room has it best. In all caps, he writes, "I hate you. You rock."
Yeah.
And that's how it always seems to be. But in this case, I'm just like, because I think a lot of people, they just want to point out that they know something or whatever. And so, so I point all this out and he's all like, hey man, I don't care if you raised Houdini from the dead. And he said he loves your show. I saw your show. It's crap. And so I was like, oh man.
So he was there.
No, he was not there. This is some asshole on YouTube using YouTube comments, which I keep telling myself I'm not going to read, but whatever.
Okay. So New York, which is a hell of a town. Broadway's up and the Battery's down.
Wait, is that really a song? Broadway's up and the Battery's down?
I think so, right? New York. Yeah.
All right.
Although I think I might have gotten it wrong.
By the way, in the chat room, Ben B. Fly says, "Start the show for Christ's sakes." I don't think you understand. Have you ever caught the NSFW show? Because you're watching it. It's nothing but constant teasing and anticipation of something possibly about to happen.
All right. So what happens in New York? Let me just talk through this. There's subways. There's a certain kind of people that run the media. There's hot dogs. The Yankees, and that's pretty much it. That's all that there is in New York. So I would assume that it's a subway card from a certain kind of person that runs the media, smeared with hot dog and Derek Jeter.
All right, you want to peek? You want to peek?
Yeah. All right. Squarespace. Oh, my word.
That was an honest response right there. You definitely had a visceral reaction to it.
Okay, well, I saw a logo, and it's a logo.
And by the way, T2T2 in the chat room had it before I even flashed it. He said, don't forget that Squarespace is in New York, guys. And did you notice that there's square boxes? Did you see that?
All right. So here we go. That is, of course, squarespace.com. There's a piece of paper, and I would assume there's some sort of apparel in there. I would guess it's either, hold on, wait, no, don't show it. It's either a T-shirt with a black T-shirt with a logo on it, maybe like a polo shirt, or don't show it, a handgun that is striped with Squarespace colors and was once used to murder somebody. And they're getting rid of it, and they want to put it in your house and then call the cops. It's one of those two things.
I didn't see any of those things. What I saw first was the handwritten.
Wow.
Right? So first of all, it says in here, take a look at this. Hey, Brian, here are some goodies for you and yours. We'd like to thank you and Justin for being tremendously awesome during the Squarespace 6 launch. We especially enjoyed the episode when you guys were at Dragon Con. He even did the asterisk in Dragon Con. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Derek, Ryan, and the Squarespace crew. And then they drew a little
Squarespace logo. That is amazing.
Right? Okay, and then check this out. So inside, I thought this was interesting. There's a gift bag, but none of the stuff is in the gift bag.
Sure.
So they just threw in a gift bag that was empty.
Why not?
My guess is like somebody just didn't get the memo. And there's some stuff you did expect, which they got these heathered, 3 heathered Squarespace shirts. And look at this. They even got the right size. They got extra small for me because I'm a dwarf.
Wow. You are tiny.
And look at this.
That's a Moleskine Squarespace notebook. That way I can write down all my thoughts and dreams.
And then blog them and then scan them and post them to your Square. So that's what was inside mine. And we also got some stickers or whatever. But do you want to see what they wrote on your note?
I would like that. I would also like to remind everybody that Squarespace is introducing a new content management system, making it faster and easy to create a high-quality website, blog, or online portfolio. I want to let you know that I read 3 things there. High-quality website, blog, and online portfolio. That's because...
Why are you such a favor of the online portfolios?
Brian, I said I read them all equally. Also,
are you made up by the portfolio media? What is going on here?
Listen, you can do 50 new features, including mobile responsive designs. And listen, I just want to underline here that if you need an online portfolio, let's say, for example, that you do nothing but take pictures of yourself naked with different kind of condiments, okay? Not on you. You're not a tart, okay? You're just holding them in their bottles like this. Like, here's a little Gulden's mustard, and then my junk right there. And you want an online portfolio showcasing this work, you can go to squarespace.com. You want to know why? Because they have displays for creative work, image, text, or videos. This could be photographers, filmmakers, writers, painters, animators, fashion designers, architects. Yes, they're not leaving architects. Your long national nightmare is over architects. When's gonna be my time? Have said the architects for decades. Now, storm the gates. This is your time. You can be an architect with a creative portfolio on Squarespace. Stab the master in the eye and drink his blood through the nostrils of glory. Now that you can have an online portfolio on Squarespace, Brian.
Yes. NSFW 10 is the code that you want.
NSFW 10. Also, of course, folks, you get the free trial with the 2 weeks, and you don't need a credit card for that. I swear to God, if you bring that credit card out, I'm going to kick you right in the goddamn nose. And 10% off your first purchase if you use NSFW 10. That's NSFW 10. I was going to do things, but I didn't know whether or not I would have it in the right direction.
So you have no idea how disappointed I am, Justin, that I did not like sneakily open this up and then reseal it and like fill it with big black dildos. Like that would have been.
Oh, man. We like to call this part of the show the bit that could have happened.
All right, look, you got the same crap I did, but look at that. You got your own. Do you want me to read your thing? Or you want me to send it
Robert
over?
Young. I like that. All right, yes, if you could read it, that would be great.
Okay, let's take bets. Do you think they did boilerplate? Do you think they wrote the exact same goddamn thing on both of ours?
All right, listen, and I'm very, very, and this is hi. My name is Justin Young. I play Justin Robert Young on NSFW show. It's very, very touching. Listen, Squarespace has meant a lot to us, to this show, because if this show doesn't have ads, it's not on anymore. There have been plenty of shows that have been on Twit that didn't have ads that are no longer on, and Squarespace has been a real patron saint for us for a very, very, very long time. It's very touching that they did reach out to us. And so even if this was a thank you to all their big media partners, and they wanted to do that, and they wrote the same stuff over and over and over again. It is incredibly touching to me, but I do think that's what it's going to be.
All right, get ready. Hey, Justin. We love to thank you guys at NSFW for your amazing work. You and Brian have been tremendously instrumental for our Squarespace 6 launch. Wait. Remember Dragon Con? Yeah, that was crazy. We loved it. Keep up the great work. Thanks.
Well, that's almost more touching because they wrote it different. Like they didn't it wasn't just like, hey, intern, here's the thing.
No, it was good. It was way good. And I like that. That's some classy drawing there of your name there,
That
Justin.
looks like it's the beginning of a what's his face movie.
I was gonna say Lynch. Wait, who am I thinking of?
I'm thinking of Spike Jonze. Like a Spike Jonze movie's gonna start.
I'm thinking of yes, that's what it is. Spike Jonze and the Pick of Destiny.
So there we go. Yeah, Squarespace. Listen, let's go ahead and let's give Squarespace a little taste of their own medicine. I didn't mean for that to sound as menacing as it came out.
Everybody take a dump into a paper bag and throw it in Squarespace.
Whoa, all right, no. I mean, if what your dumps were made of were love, were you taking love dumps? If that's the case, put it in a bag of friendship and throw it in Squarespace.
Take your love dump, put it in a bag of friendship. Hire a taxi corn. I guess is that like a unicorn for hire as a taxi corn?
That kind of sounds like a funk song. Take a love dump, put it in a friendship bag. Take a love dump, ha! Put it in a friendship bag.
Oh
Take a love dump, whoa! Put it in a friendship bag. Oh, heck.
I could already see like as if you could almost watch the chat room run to their copies of wow, what it was Audacity to start the loops on there.
Beef is suggesting it's a love dump in a friendship bag where you throw it at Squarespace. Woo! Love dump, baby!
Hey, man, so what else happened this week? So I went and I did the Brony convention, which was completely rad, and it convinces me, like, after the success of Dragon Con and PortCon and now Canterlot Gardens, it's like I'm gonna hit up Patrick Delahanty. I'm gonna get a list of all the conventions across America and see if I can get booked at all of them, because all the shows have been freaking amazing.
You know what? There was once a time that I was in a very, very long car ride with your former assistant, who will remain nameless. And I said, after the first Dragon Con, you should just book Brian at every convention ever, because it's a perfect fit. It is a perfect fit.
And what did that former assistant do? Did he get on the phone and book me for all those?
You want to know what? I'm sure he did.
All right.
I'm sure he got right on the phone and booked you at all those conferences. I'm sure he didn't get on the phone with a podcasting network and get hired 3 months later. That's what I'll tell you. I'll guarantee you he didn't do.
By the way, this segment brought to you by Fram. Get your Weibo out. Fram filter. Don't forget about the friend filtering Fram. Get your Weibo out. From code NSFW.
All right. So yeah, you went and did that over there at the the brony thing. Like, have you watched? I mean, now that you already did the gig, so you get the cat's out of the bag. You ever watch that show?
Yeah, I have. I've my daughters have watched it, and
What
so
do you
as
think of that show? Be honest.
I do you want to know what I really think? This is what
No, I want you to lie to me.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. When I sat down to watch it, all I knew is that a bunch of adults loved it and that there was this thing called bronies. And what I expected is that it would be one of those shows that is, quote unquote for kids, but is really clearly written for adults. And I was disappointed because this one is definitely written for kids. There are a few winks and nods for adults here and there.
So what would you explain as like obviously there's a tremendous adult following for Avatar. Adventure Time, right? Is that
Yes,
that's for
yes.
kids, but is like an adult kind of
Regular show is like all a bunch of 30-somethings hanging out. Yeah. So I had expected something like that, and it wasn't that. So I was disappointed. So it wasn't for me. But I was looking at the folks who were at this convention, and it was there were maybe I saw 5 kids the entire time.
It was adults.
It was all adults. It was all adults.
They were doing adult things like gambling and filing their taxes and bidding on cars on eBay. Adult stuff.
Yes, exactly. But I'll tell you what, here's what I suspect is that in some way, bronies are being punk rock in the best way they can, which is like, part of the whole punk rock attitude is like, I don't give a rat's ass what you think, and I'm gonna shock you in whatever way I can. And there's something about being in love with a show clearly written for kids and wearing these outrageous outfits and having tattoos of that match the butt symbols of the ponies or whatever. Like, there's something awesome about seeing these people embrace the weird and just genuinely not giving a good goddamn rat's ass what the rest of the world thinks. And I think it's like geek punk to be a brony.
So even in the allegedly all-inclusive world of geekdom, they found the little bit that even geeks are like, what the hell is going on with that?
Yes. By the way, I'm sorry, but I was a little bit distracted because from the chat room comes this little quick.
Oh, wow. Love Dumb Baby. Brian, we have a special guest here.
All right, let's bring it on.
All right. Last week, if you listened to the end of the show, we helped a man live his dream. Because that's what Chat Realm's about, right, Bri? We're a dream machine. We're just pumping dreams out. We're we're taking love dumps in the dream basket.
That was the original name of the podcast that I proposed. How about the Electric Dream Machine? P.S. Love Dumps. But we shipped it to NSFW.
So, yes, we did. So, we are going to bring him on right now. Come on in. You know him as Tall Beer.
Oh, too tall for you.
Exactly. It is.
Jesus Christ, you're tall.
is-
Do that again. The thing where you stand and we can only see your crotch. Michael, stand back up. Look at this. Look
Wow.
at this.
That's. All right. I was going to say for audio listeners, at that. Here we go. Go back to my single. My face is completely eclipsed by his junk. Like, it is literally like my nose is below his sack. It's amazing. All right. Somebody gift that. I like to call that the dick clips.
Oh, by the way,
full moon.
Exactly.
You know that one of our favorite, and this is how disjointed this show's getting very quickly, but one of our favorite people is Mega Vortex in the chat. He's Ryan, who keeps calling drunk during all the episodes. And you said, show some love to our friends over at Squarespace. And in true Ryan format, he just shouts to nobody in particular. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. You show along with Justin Young. We love you. You are awesome.
To nobody.
To nobody.
To literally nobody. God damn it. Ryan Alcott is amazing. All right. So, Tall Beer, Michael.
Tall beer, that's me.
Where you're going to be Tall Beer tonight.
I'm going to be tall beer tonight.
Good.
I think
just repeat everything I say.
In English?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
Or my native Puerto Rican. All right, so
Bachata.
we explain what the Sierra Nevada Beer Camp
So
is, just real quick.
real quick, it's pretty much like Willy Wonka meets beer.
Okay. So 7 children.
7 children who quickly are accelerated to drinking age because otherwise they have issues.
Sure.
Some accelerated a little too quickly, like me. I just sprung up in height, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Get off taken to the fantastical world of beer and wondrous things, and they get taken through there, and one by one, they're slowly killed off until you have the one remainer
Sure.
who gets not quite all the beer in the world, but is able to design a beer for them to actually produce.
After a semi-frightening
that-
monologue.
Exactly. And after you decide, you just want to go back to your happy little hops fields in the slums.
Sure.
So it's
And then they show
wait,
back up.
they actually have like competition built into this thing after you make it there to beer camp. You actually have to like fight each other in mortal beer offs.
Well, they try to make it not sound like that, but what fun is that if you
But
can't
you're going
do that?
to win.
Oh, I'm going to say, look, I'm tall, so I'm having my way. And they'll be like, you're tall. Sure. Please don't step on me.
Spoken like someone
you're
who's
pushing
on
this
his
tall
way.
gimmick
Well,
to the
it's-
limits, aren't you?
Where it's gotten me where I am.
It is. It certainly
Yeah.
is. All right. Now, to thank Chat Realm for throwing the support behind you and pushing you
Oh, it was
to the top
wondrous.
10, right?
Yes.
Where'd you finish?
I finished second, barely behind first.
Barely behind
Glorious.
first, but it doesn't matter because it was the
It
top
was like
10.
100 votes. It was only like 100 votes
Out of,
separating.
like,
it.
5,000,
When I
yeah.
found out how close he got, I felt bad. I was just like, we probably should have pushed it. Maybe I should have voted more than once on that one day. I should have voted multiple days.
Well, now I know which one to take out first, though. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got to
all
start
right.
from the top.
But you've brought some of your wares.
I brought a nice little sampling. Yes, sir.
I feel like this is the like Regis and Kathy Lee show, Brian. Like we're just like and now craft brewery right after this. Right, Brian. Right. This is where we laugh as we go to commercial.
Right. But unfortunately, I could just like look like I'm laughing because apparently, like when anyone talks, I suddenly go totally
No,
silent.
you were actually you were coming in clear.
Not apparently the first 4 times I tried to say something. That's okay though.
Well,
But
you talk enough, though, so it all evens out.
no, yeah, that's all right. So, dude, so what did you bring? Because we tasted a bunch of these at Dragon Con.
Well, I've brought a few that have aged a little bit longer and a few that I've made some variations on. I'm going to hand the mic off to my lovely assistant here. So, how much do you want me to tell you what I'm giving you here?
Okay, so Brian, I thought what we could help him because apparently he has code names for some of these. But
Okay.
I'm just going to describe words, and I need you to help me because you know me, and you know I think we have similar taste in beers. I need you to just give me a name, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So a code name, and then we're gonna find out how close it is to his
So
code
what
name.
you came up with? Yeah, sure,
All right,
sure.
So it's got a nice little bouquet to it.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is resolute. This is stout.
All right.
This is a beer that keeps its promises.
Okay.
This is okay. That's all I'm gonna give you. So what I need you to come up with a name from
if-
what I've said, or ask me questions and I can give you more
No,
information.
I think you got it. It's resolute. It's stout. I get the impression that it doesn't really give a damn what other people think. Is that right?
Okay, yes, but only if you're the bad guy. If you're like a child and you're like, I think your shirt looks good, mister. He's like, hey, thank you.
Right. Okay.
has a
So he
deep
cares
voice.
cares what children thinks, not so much other adults.
Yeah.
Charge, get things done. This is a get things done kind of beer. Is that right?
This is a beer that not only drives a truck, it's driven a truck since it was 8.
Yep. I got it, man. This beer is called Pee in a Trash Can.
In the trash can.
Yeah. Right. It's like it's an action and a noun. So it's like. I think we got it right.
Okay. Tall beer, how close did we come with pee in a trash can?
Disturbingly close. It was Rain Barrel Red, but
What?
I think this in a trash bin or whatever.
It's bloody piss in a trash can, is what it is.
There we go. Bloody piss in the trash.
Red.
Rain Barrel Red. People do weird things in barrels. That's a fact. Like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack.
That's good. We're 1 for 1, Justin. We got a code going. This is working.
All right. Well, there you go. That was rainbow, and that was, by the way, that was delicious. That's like not like the type of beer I normally like, but that was great.
Well, I'm working my way towards what you like then.
No, I know, no, but I was good. Just leave well enough alone with a goddamn compliment.
So what do we got right now?
Oh, this one. Oh, I think
this
this
one?
is.
It's one of two that you may know what it is.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look in the single there, Chad.
That looks
So this is
heavy
something that
duty.
you met at
right there.
DragonCon.
Yeah, this is something that we met together, Brian, at DragonCon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet mother. Okay. Now,
If this is our old friend, we're talking somebody hanging out at like 11% alcohol.
yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now this beer lives in the forest, and it knows black magic. Okay, this beer is repeated oftentimes in fables. It wears a cloak, a billowy cloak. It doesn't have a lot of friends, but most of its friends are trees, and it sometimes consorts with gypsies.
Okay, so I'm getting like kind of an old lady who's got some saucy spiciness to her, right? Like you don't want to cross her; she's gonna let you have it.
Absolutely. And she's very weathered, and
Yeah.
she flies.
Okay, yeah. So like leathery wings, you're picturing?
No, like she like floats up, and she normally at like her relative height off the ground is corresponding with how much she's laughing. Like if she's barely off the ground, it's like, and then if she's like way, like she's like above the town, she's like, like so, and then like she comes back down. That's the
All right,
sound.
no, that's good. So I for some reason I just have the picture in my mind of somebody crossing this lady and her just letting him have it. So it's like I gotta feel like this one needs to be called Needlepoint Shiner. Like just a
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah.
Wow, I thought because I was looking. Just so you know, for those of you who can't see the chat room, if you're listening to this in podcast form, we had many suggestions, including I can't even find it. It was like the Peace City Rider, barely carrying the peace theme along. But yeah, we see we have some Hillary Clinton, some Julie Andrews, some Betty White.
Pea cry floater.
Oh yeah, the Pea Cry floater. That was it. High Fever McBob in the chat room, the Pea Cry floater. But no, all right, the Needlepoint Shiner.
Yeah, but hold on. Before we do, your last one that you seem to enjoy immensely, we already have an advertisement worked out for you. I don't always drink beer.
I think that might be my new Twitter avatar.
So the Needlepoint Shiner. Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't. Well, all right. Now I don't want to drink this immediately, which is what I
Oh my
want to
God,
do to
because
get to
you're
the
gonna
next
go-
bit. But I think I might have to for the bit. But it's so delicious. Oh my God, Brian, this was. Now, is this the chili chocolate?
Oh, no.
No, this is just the dark stout, right?
No, that's the dark stout.
Yeah.
Now ignore what you just said before you get to the next one.
Okay, I will. I'm ignoring it. Hold on. Let me ignore it faster.
Oh my God, he's doing a mind eraser, is what he's doing right now. He's
All right. All right.
All right.
He's gonna pull out his very special gift from. Hold on, I think I have a photo of it right here. He's gonna pull out. Oh, I think I closed it.
Okay,
Hold
now,
on.
by the way, like, normally, like, chugging stouts is a bad idea. That went down extraordinarily smooth. That was an amazing stout to chug. Now, it was probably a retarded idea, but it was great.
I learned this in a very bad way at a party when I brought an entire keg of that.
Oh, what happened? Murder.
Close to.
What?
Well, after someone's drawn off about 2 or 3 of those going, oh, this is wonderful, this is great, this is wonderful. Well, how would you describe them?
Which incident are we talking about?
The taxi cab incident.
Taxi.
Was it like
So-
Crazy Taxi?
It was
Did you
effectively
start
like-
driving the taxi around, trying to get to people?
I was just trying to make sure that he got home safe.
Sure.
Halfway through, he decided that he'd tell the taxi
I'm
driver.
starting a taxi service, he
Well,
said.
pretty much saying that, he had no idea who the hell I was, and then start screaming in Korean. The
Does
taxi
he-
driver was Korean, though, so I really
Amazing.
had nothing I could do. I ended up about 10 miles southeast of where I was supposed to be without any keys or wallets or the like, and
Wait, how the hell did the story get here? Can we get back to the beer naming thing?
I don't
and then-
think we should have any
Listen,
form of continuity.
His friend, Jimmy Fallon, the Korean taxi driver, Queen Latifah. And that's all we need to know. All right, let's move right along.
Moving along. What was the name of it? What was the name?
Oh, that one was Needlepoint Shiner, right?
Yeah, but it has a real name.
Oh, what
This
was the real name? What was the real name?
goddamn bit, Justin, is we make up a fake name and then he tells us the real name.
And Tallbeer, what was the real name? He said, trying to ignore the fact that he just chugged an 11% beer.
Well, the real name was Rabbit Slayer.
Rabbit Slayer. I'll tell you what, I feel like Brian, number one, have you ever known that you had this natural talent for beer naming?
Apparently it's like I'm close enough for like spiritualism work, right? Like I can get close enough to freak everyone out and give everyone goosebumps.
No, see, this is even better than that, Brian, because you're like Don Draper. It's like Pete Campbell's dumbass is bringing in stupid storyboards, and he's like, "Well, Don, I think it should be this," and you're like, "No, Needlepoint Shiner," and everyone's like, standing up, cheering.
It's a little vignette with a leathery faced old woman. I'm like, she's old, she's bold, she's sassy. She's Wait,
All right.
what else we got?
There we go. All right. Now this one, I'll tell you what.
This
Number
one.
one, it looks like it has a very saucy brown kind of look to it. In fact, if I were to sing a song about it, it would be Brown Eyed Girl. And I'm gonna drink it now.
All right, go
You
ahead.
gonna sing while you drink?
Oh. All right. Number one, this beer toured with James Brown. And not only James, he was so good that James Brown, he blew James Brown out of the water every goddamn night because he was so soulful that James Brown eventually cut out his heart and ate it to absorb his powers. But he was a legendary soul and funk singer. He would be, I'll tell you, this is the first time this has ever happened in the history of music. He would sing songs so beautiful that girls would cry so much that it would just soak their panties to the point where they fell off. Like they were sexually excited and sad at the same time. And then that's what would happen. That's what this beer is. Brian, name it.
If I'm not mistaken, that looks like black tears and lubricant.
Black tears and lubricant?
It's a it's like 3-in-1 oil, but booze.
I'll tell you what. Number one, Black Tears. Why is that not a beer name? Black
See?
Tears is great.
I'm like I'm the idiot savant of beer naming.
That's amazing. Because like you walk up, like how badass are you at a bar? You walk up and you're like, yeah, do you have Black Tears on draft?
Yeah, you know what? Let's just call it black tears. It's black tears. That's what it is.
Black Tears.
Black Tears.
All right, and the real name of the beer, or the former name of the beer
The
is
former name was the Communist Porter,
Communist Porter.
or is a communal chili chocolate porter, a CCCP.
Ah.
But Black Tears,
Oh,
I'm going to have to slide off to that one there.
wow. Man, black tears is good because also it's got the chili in there. Chili makes you sniffle and cry. Got a little bit of black tears action coming down.
Okay, now the label of it, is it too on the nose to have a black guy crying?
Yes. Yes.
That's too on the nose.
It completely changes the concept I was trying to say.
Because
It's
now it sounds.
the worst possible idea you could have, given the name that we've already established for it.
Because now it's the name of like a civil rights documentary.
Yes, it is. It could be a goth girl, as Crash Kincaid points out.
Oh, that's good.
Goth girl with just literal black tears.
Oh, like black mascara. So white face, black mascara.
Yeah, like she got stood up at the goth prom.
Oh my God. She was dressed so nice too.
Right?
At the goth prom.
She had just gotten the Satan tattoo across her chest.
She had frilly, like as if she had pantyhose, but on her hands.
Lace and ruffles.
Lace
all
and
sorts of good
ruffles
things, yeah.
right there.
Yes.
She was with her two friends, Lace and Ruffles, who were supposed to meet her there, but they stood her up.
Exactly. See? Boom. There it is.
Hi, Lace. It's me, goth girl. Thanks for standing me up. I'm going to call Ruffles. Ruffles, you too? I don't know why I gave her that voice. I'm the goth girl. Sorry, I forgot to complete the impression.
Jewish girls can be goth too.
This is astonishingly like we actually had a direction for this show, because when we this is really surprised with how everything's gone. So is that he brought 3 samples, Michael?
No.
We have one more.
One more.
So we've got one more here. This right here isn't quite a beer, but it's a mead. And this one.
Okay, what is the difference between a mead and a beard?
Well,
I mean, a beard.
Well, a beard
God.
is on
Well, a
your
beard,
face.
yeah. A
Mead-
beard is grown by wizards using their powers.
beard
Bad
can be on
news,
your
bro.
face, but only if you're Arlstein and out of port.
Terps in the house.
So, a beer is made out of barley and wheat and hops and all that stuff. Mead is like wine made out of honey. No grapes, just honey with some nice little spices and all those wonderful little things there. It also sits at about 15% and has been aged for about 3.5 years.
Okay,
3.5
Brian.
years.
I can only describe the smell of this as the smell as if Teddy Grahams were real people and were working out in a gym. Well. Okay?
All right, so they got a little bit of funk, but they're sweet on the inside.
No,
sort
not
of-
even funk. Like, it's a sweet smell. Like, they're just Teddy Grahams who are working out, all the sweetness. It's like, hey, I'm a Teddy Graham. You want to spot me, bro? All right, pump it out. One more. Like that.
It's good.
It's
It's
like
good.
that, but in a smell.
I think I got it.
All right.
This one is called Lady Bait.
Whoa. All right. Don't tip. Listen, don't spill the genius here. You're gonna get genius all over the carpet, Brian, unless you use it correctly.
I'm telling you, Lady Bait. That's the name, right?
No, not yet, because I got more to tell you.
Okay.
All right. These Teddy Grahams didn't always live such an easy life. No, they came up on the streets.
Okay.
Saw a lot of screwed up stuff. One time they saw Count Chocula slice a man in the face with a knife made of what? Peanut brittle. That's what.
Okay.
All right?
Nope.
They dedicated themselves to stopping crime the only way they knew how, working out and doing nothing else. They don't get into crime. They don't stop crime physically. They just work out, hope that goes along with their general milieu. Okay?
Got it.
They're very, very pretty, and I'd like to kiss one of them on the face.
Okay.
And
well,
go.
I think you've given some very distinct ways to color this that I think are important. It added some nuance to the tale that we want to convey.
Yeah.
So I believe that this brew will be called Baltimore Lady Bait.
Baltimore Lady Bait.
I can work with that.
BLB. Some bilb.
It's a Bilbo Baggins.
Some Bilbo. You want to get some? I'll tell you what, Bilbo. I think you might have a Bilbo. Dude, would you drink a mead called a Bilbo?
I would drink a mead called Bill Bro. In a frat.
Dude, imagine that. Bill Bro Baggins. Wow, we're just
Okay.
great at writing like terrible parodies.
How about this? Okay, so it's Bilbo kind of as in a frat,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there and he's like, "What's up, bro? It's Bill Bro's Lady Bait," and then that's the name. Like he's handing it out to you, Like do this and the women will be all over you like stank on a tit that's been rubbed in feces.
I'll tell you what, we actually, of course, we have a lady whose favorite alcoholic drink is mead. We can actually get a lady to try this.
There's no ladies. There's no ladies in the world.
Ladies, where the ladies at? Your staff. I mean, you are a lady. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you know her from the youtube.com/healthyaddict. Black tears and sometimes lubricant. Of course, that was the previous beer.
This is amazing, dude.
All right, now you are. I don't know how. Here, I mean, now you like mead. You're a big mead fan.
I do. There's this awesome mead place in Columbus that I
No
go
free
to
plugs.
every week. I'm not giving any plugs.
Okay.
But it's really good.
Taste the mead.
So is that more of a Bill Bros lady bait or Baltimore lady bait?
Yeah, all right. So what would you say? Is it Bill Bro or Baltimore Lady Bait?
This is
It's
lady
obviously
bait.
lady bait.
Oh! She said it's Lady Bait.
It's Lady
It's just
Bait.
Lady Bait. LB, baby.
Just lady bait? All right. Done and done.
Thank you. Of course, subscribe to youtube.com/healthyaddict or follow @healthyaddict on Twitter.
You got double microphones happening right there. You turned a little bit like you were lost in a well. Do me a favor, grab that microphone again and then advertise these beers from the bottom of a well.
Hi, it's me, Timmy, from the bottom of a well. I might only be 8, but I like to drink beers that people throw in here. In fact, I like, first and foremost, black tears. I never met a black person, but I sure love their tears, thanks to the beer. Also, I like Lady Bait. There's no ladies down here in this well, but if there were, I would sure like to. Oh, wow. I was hoping that wasn't the other one.
Oh my God. Really?
There might be people in the well. I don't know where I'm going with this bit anymore.
All right. Let's wrap this episode up. This has been a fantastic episode of a show with no direction whatsoever. You got anything to put? We obviously know that Michael had a dream come true. He's going all the way to beer camp where he will be defeated by 6 other folks who are taller and even stronger than he. What about you, Justin? You've got a new show with your platonic friend right here.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know where you're going to find it, but eventually it'll be on the Frog Pants Network. If you watch the first couple episodes of Doctor Who, the first, was it 5 episodes? Yeah. Me and Ashley did a podcast where we recapped each episode called Who's the Boss? And, so you can listen to all those. Eventually when they go up, I'll tell people about it. But be ready for the Christmas episode when they come back with a vengeance. So check it out.
Don't forget that you can, if you enjoyed last week when we were developing Irma Gerd, and remember the Invisible Wife joined us. We got a new film coming out right now. Here we got it. We got a little teaser right there.
Is that deliberate? No. Is that a Time Warner fart?
I think so.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We better pour out a few more of these.
The worst thing I ever did was upgrade to their premium service. Everything used to work, and now I just get dumped on all the time. Time Warner Cable, everyone within the sound of my voice, send something hateful to Time Warner Cable and remind them that they probably ought to have a service that doesn't dump out in the middle of a live broadcast if they want to help their PR.
Ryan, call in the banners tonight.
That's right. Rally the banner. Yes, pure rage, man. I'm tired of this crap. Dude,
Yeah, it dumped what, like 3 times during Weird Things last night?
3 times during Weird Things last night. It has been 2 years now, Justin, that this thing keeps taking a dump on me in the middle of live broadcasts. And DJ Diddles from the chat room is like a level 3 tech support for he handles like the IT management for his whole company. He called in all of his other friends and they noodled it out. And they're all like, yeah, man, it looks like bad infrastructure at this point. It looks like it's just not happening at the end. So, oh my God, it's just killing me. I'm just done.
All right.
Just
Is it possible for you to get another service? Like, is
No.
that an option?
The only other folks are AT&T, which I don't know. I'll check them out, but
I would
whatever.
say this.
Who's gonna-
Listen,
some-
I don't run AT&T, but Lady Bait, look at that. But I would say this. You have an opportunity of a great PR opportunity. If you were the shining white knight that rode into Brian Brushwood's life and made a sweeping gesture, you would be the hero of Chat Realm. And that is the PR opportunity that you cannot buy, my friends. So I'm just saying to AT&T, whatever. Now, we did forget one part of this bit, Brian. Lady Bait is the name, double sanctioned, both by Brian and an actual lady.
Yep.
What was the code name for this beer?
Well, I'm going to hand this off to the lady who actually made this one.
Oh, by ladies for ladies.
Of course.
To be baited.
I have been calling this one Orange Spice Mead, which is pretty flat, but it was made in Corralitos, so it could be a Corralitos Mountain Orange Spice Mead.
Okay, so you took a flat name and just put more things on it.
Basically.
Now, what do you think of Lady Bait?
You know, I think I'm going to run with it. It's fun.
Lady Bait. It's a little provocative. You don't see that kind of sass coming out of the mead
You
community.
don't see a lot of lady brewers either, so.
No, you don't. You don't. Brian, I'll tell you what. How does it feel to know that you've discovered like an amazing gift?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's not often that I discover I could do anything well. So the ability to name things, like you name a thing, you have power over it. And in some way, it makes me feel like I'm Lord of Intoxication now.
And you certainly are. Tonight, you are the party star. And we all raise our glasses, because the only thing that would have made this episode better is if Brian were here in studio trying this stuff as well. Prost. There we go.
Carl in the chat room says, "Hey, man, you're on a roll. Quick, what's your third daughter's name?" Pretty sure we got the third daughter's name figured out. I'm
Are
excited
you going to
about it.
spell it right here?
Nope. Not till she's born. It'll be the announcement.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Can you give us like a teaser trailer? Can you
Nope.
give us a letter count?
Sure. 8.
8 for a first name?
I don't know. I just said the number 8, having no idea whether or not it was right or not. I finally announced that it's Bobo Brushwood.
Is it in fact Bobo Brushwood?
It's Bobo Brushwood. Serious, man. Tell Time Warner Cable that they got a problem. And the problem is that there's a moderately famous internet personality whose streams dump out in the middle of his live broadcast like clockwork every Tuesday night.
All right. Do you want to go an extra hour and just dump on Time Warner? You want to do a double stuff
I
episode?
want to drop a love dump right on Time Warner.
No. Love dumps are for friends and family and beautiful people, not Time Warner.
right.
Time Warner gets a grump dump.
Grump dump, exactly. All right, well, I guess that means that's about it for this episode of NSFW. Dude, it seems like you guys had a lot of fun. I wish I was there drinking beer. Instead, I was drinking whatever this stuff is, because this sure as crap isn't beer compared to what you guys had.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian. You were here. I'll tell you, you have a permanence on this beer, the likes of which none of us have. Even the guys who made it didn't name it like you did. So thank you so much, of course, to Tall Beer. Where can people follow you?
They can follow me off into the sunset.
Do you have a Twitter or anything?
I will make one. I will make a Tall Beer Twitter. It will be up within the day.
Follow Justin R. Young and at Shwood. We'll retweet it. At Healthy Addict, of course, for Ashley. And that's about it. Brian, anything else?
No, good, man.
Dying of fire.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, I'd rather die in a fire.
Wait.
A single moment
Whoa!
without Brian Brushwood.
Well, minute for the week.
I'd rather be
12. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. It's the winter season, and you know what that means. 16-bit music and a fresh batch of movies. Here comes week 1. Tom Merritt, Sarah Lane, and Justin Robert Young are all tied for 4th place, waiting for their first film to be released. Scott Johnson's in 3rd place with Won't Back Down, bringing in $2.6 million this week. Brian Brushwood's in 2nd place with Looper, bringing in $20.8 million this week. And in 1st place with Hotel Transylvania, bringing in $42.5 million, it's Father Robert Balasar. And that is it for your Movie Draft Minute for the week of October 1st, 2012.
Dude, Bri.
What?
I think you might. Well, what'd you pay for Looper?
Oh, too much, $14. And meanwhile, Hotel Transylvania went for $11. By the way, I know who's going to win this winter draft, and it's totally Tom, because he got Rise of the Guardians for $8. Rise of the Guardians is the only Santa Claus movie this winter season. It's also projected to make between $150 and $200 million. And I believe you just stumbled into another bad stake bet with one John Tilton.
That one is not making $150 million, and I put a stake on it, and I'm gonna have my stake.
All right. Peace out, yo.
Rather be dipped in honey and fed to a big ant pile than do without Justin Robert Young for even a little while. Oh, NSFW, I love you. Oh, NSFW, I love you.
Bad news, bro. Time Warner Cable.
No, that's an angry dude right now.
You
And
want
then
him to finish happy.
He did. We're all everybody throw up your number ones. Brian's number 1, and that's let's go ahead and all everybody let's tweet Brian. Brian's number 1. Let's make him have. Oh, geez, look, I keep hiding glasses.
I think you've got 5 at this point.
I think I do have 5. I'm gonna go ahead and tweet Brian. Let's all go ahead. Brian.
At Brian Brushwood.
Yeah, here we go.
Schwood spelled with a SCH.
At Schwood is
I'm kidding.
number 1. Time Warner is number 8.
You put AIDS?
I did.